Brandon Jacobs. Hello, Brandon. I thought you said second quarter. Welcome to the 2019. Welcome to DMV Elite TV. We are here at Sidwell Friends 2019 Quaker Classic. The Classic runs throughout the weekend, December the 6th through the 8th. Our first lineup tonight is Arundel Christian against our Sidwell Friends Quakers. We're checking in here in the second half of the game. Sidwell Quakers have 13 and Arundel Christian Warriors have 7. Brandon Jacobs had a nice post entry pass to end the first half of the game for Sidwell, the first quarter of the game for Sidwell Friends. Pushed the score to 13-7. Sidwell Friends putting on a full court press. Number 10, George Perkins, was able to come up with the big rebound for Sidwell. Cam Gillis looking to get it on the inside. Ninth grader, unable to, turns the ball over. Arundel Christian able to get a bucket at the other end of the floor. 13-9, Sidwell. Traveling call on Cam Gillis. Arundel Christian Warriors, a team of seniors and juniors. They currently have 7 seniors, 3 juniors, and 2 sophomores. Playing against the Sidwell Friends team with 2 seniors, 5 juniors, and 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen. So Sidwell Friends clearly playing against an older team. Air ball for George Perkins, pulling up for a 3-pointer from nice entry pass into the paint from Ryan Carnish into George Perkins, who got fouled on the layup. He'll be going to the line shooting too. 15-9, Sidwell. Number 23, Caleb Ferretti for Arundel Christian is fouled on his way to the rack. He'll be going to the free throw line shooting 2. Foul is committed by our number 23, Sidwell friends, Chris Campbell. Timeout, Arundel Christian. We'll be back. Oh, we won't be back. And remember, if you are here in the building at Sidwell Friends, please make sure you go by the concession stand. And again, we are here at the Quaker, the 2019 Quaker Classic. It's going on from December 8th, from December the 6th through the 8th. Teams in the Classic: Oxford Chargers, Arundel Christian Warriors, St. Albans Bulldogs, Kip Panthers, Sidwell Friends Quakers, Wilson Tigers, Thurgood Marshall Warriors, and Calhoun City Tigers. Please make sure you get on by Sidwell Friends and watch out and have a look at these great games that will be going on here. And DMV Elite TV stream will be streaming it all live online. You can find us on Twitter and YouTube. Caleb Ferretti is at the line. Caleb was able to complete both of his free throws. Sidwell Friends, Brandon Jacobs, 11th grader. Continuing to make things happen here for the Quakers. Nice post entry pass into George Perkins, who picks up his 8th point of the game. Taylor Ferretti called for the travel as he tries to spin move his way to the basket. Nice pull up from the elbow from Ryan Cornish. Sidwell Friends Quakers 17. Arundel Christian 11. Some quick swings of the ball here for Arundel Christian. Nice pull up 3-pointer from Taylor Ferretti. Sidwell Friends finds Michael Brown on the inside, who gets fouled as he goes in for a layup.
Foul number 1,
Zari Thomas of Arundel Christian Warriors gets his first foul. Ryan Cornish fouled as he goes in to get a rebound off a missed layup after missed free throws from Michael Brown. He goes to the line and now he's shooting 2. 20-14, Sidwell Quakers. 4 minutes and 52 seconds left here in the second quarter. Ryan Cornish completes his first free throw. Both free throws are good. Sidwell Friends puts on the full court press here. Ball out of bounds as number 0, Braylon Bracy turns the ball over for Arundel Christian. Ryan Cornish loses the ball here, gets tied up with Arundel Christian's Taylor Ferretti. Quick transition play down the floor. Arundel Christian's Kaylin Boosie is able to score the ball. 16-20 through. 16-22. Quaker. Brandon Jacobs of Sidwell Friends turns the ball over. Michael Brown is there to clean it up and pick up the rebound, but he loses the ball out of bounds. Possession will be awarded to Arundel Christian Warriors. Zaire Thomas pulls up for a three-pointer for Arundel Christian, but he's unable to finish. Sidwell Friends running an overload here. Quick foul from Arundel Christian's Donovan Bowen. Ali Hawkins Florian checks in the game for the first time for Sidwell. Greg Jones, number 5, checks in for the first time for Sidwell. Ryan Cornish is fouled again as he tries to make a move to the basket. Foul committed by Taylor Floret. It'll be his first foul. Free throws are completed by Ryan Cornish. The score is 24-16 Sidwell with 3 minutes and 29 seconds left here in the first half. Again, we're here at the 2019 Quaker Classic. DMV Elite TV has all your action on Twitter and YouTube is where we can be found. Ryan Cornish pulls up for a deep three-pointer, and he finishes it. 24-16, Sidwell. 27-16, Sidwell Quakers. Kenny Moore pulls up from the free throw line for Arundel Christian Warriors, giving them 18 points. Ryan Cornish looking for another bucket here. He pulls up from the elbow, and he completes the basket. 29-18 for the Quakers. Ryan Cornish coming up big here for Sidwell Friends. Loose ball foul on Sidwell Friends, number 10, George Perkins. That'll be George's second foul. Ball's out of bounds. Possession awarded to Sidwell Friends. Cam Gillis checks back into the game for Sidwell. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back. No, we won't be back. Timeout on the floor. Timeout for Sidwell friends. Again, we're here at the 2019 Quaker Classic. Please come out to Sidwell Friends and check out teams such as the Oxford Chargers, Arundel Christian Warriors, St. Albans Bulldogs, Kip Panthers, Sidwell Friends Quakers, Wilson Tigers, Thurgood Marshall Warriors, and Calhoun City Tigers. Come out to Sidwell Friends and check out the games. Sidwell Friends 29. Arundel Christian Warriors 18. 2 minutes and 34 seconds left here in the first half. Miss free throw rebound comes up. Rebounded by Ali Florian. Talib Ferret on his way to the basket for Arundel Christian Warriors is fouled. And he's fouled by Ryan Cornish. It'll be Ryan's first foul of the game. Mr. Ferret will go to the line. Well, he'll be shooting too. Kylene Boosie checks back into the game for Arundel Christian Warriors. Talib Ferret was unable to complete both free throws. 29-18, Sidwell Friends. Traveling call on Cam Gillis as he comes off the screen. Tries to find his way to the basket. Got to put the ball on the floor first. The head coach for Sidwell Friends Quakers would be head coach Eric Singletary. And the coach for the Arundel Christian Warriors is Derek Daniels. Late foul call as Zari Thomas is going up for a rebound layup putback. Number 30, Chris Russell, checks in for the first time for the Quakers. (29-19) Sidwell Friends. 1 minute and 37 seconds left here in the first half. Warriors are putting the pressure on here, full court. Foul committed, reaching foul. Colleen Boosie commits the reaching foul on Ryan Cornish, who will be going to the line and shooting 2. Actually, they are in the 1-1. Ryan completes his first free throw. Both free throws are complete. Sidwell Friends 31, Arundel Christian 19. Arundel Christian trying to fight their way through this zone defense that the Quakers are giving them. Quick steal by number 25, Max Ferret. Transition 3 put up by Ali Florian, but he was unable to finish. Offensive foul call on Talib Ferret. It will be Talib Ferret's second foul. .8 seconds left here in the second quarter. Rashid Idabu checks in for the first time for Arundel Christian Warriors as they put the pressure on here. Sidwell Friends. Ryan Cornish calling for the overload as he goes to the basket with the pull-up jumper. Ryan completes, pushing the score 33-19. Foul call on Ali Hakeem Florin. It'll be his second foul, which will send number 3, Kenny Moore, to the line, and he'll be shooting 2. George Perkins and Christian Gamble check back into the game for Sidwell Friends. .33-22 with 15 seconds left on the clock. Sidwell Friends. Fouls on Zaire Thomas. Ryan Cornish will be going to the line, shooting 2. Ryan's able to get one free throw in there. 34-22 with 2 seconds left in the game. And that'll be halftime, and we'll see you guys on the other half of this game.
Hidden Hand. zoom in on how they did pitch.
Welcome back to the 2019 Quaker Classic. And we are here with Sidwell Friends Quakers and Arundel Christian Warriors. 34-22 Sidwell. Couldn't decide which one I wanted. Save it for Betty. Ooh. God damn it. 2019 Quaker Classic. Make sure you guys come on out this weekend. The Classic will be going on from December the 6th through the 8th here at Sidwell Friends. Nice lob pass from Ryan Cornish into George Perkins, who finishes. Arundel Christian Warriors, number 1, Zaire Thomas, completes a free throw line pull-up. Hands a little too slippery there for George Perkins. He was unable to grab that pass from Michael Brown as he was cutting to the basket. 36-26, Sidwell Friends. Christian Gamble finding his way to the rack but unable to finish his layup. Number 1, lefty Zaire Thomas pulling up for a three-pointer, but he was unable to finish. Cam Jealous calling for the ISO. Ryan Cornish finds George Perkins in the corner for a three-pointer. 39-26, Sidwell. Kenny Moore with 2 3-point attempts, and he's unable to finish, of Arundel Christian. Ryan Cornish calling for the screen as he pulls up for a long ball three-pointer. He's unable to finish. Sidwell Friends playing tough on the inside. Michael Brown with his first block of the game. Nice pass inside from Christian Gamble into George Perkins for a quick layup. Talib Ferret nearly got the lucky roll basket here. Transition finds Ryan Cornish on a three-pointer. George Perkins called for the loose ball foul.
His third, team second.
Clarence Treyar checks in the game for the first time for Arundel Christian Warriors. 41-26, Sidwell. Ball is out of bounds off of Zaire Thomas's foot. Possession awarded to Sidwell. George Perkins' skip pass was picked off, and a quick run down the floor and a layup from Talib Ferret. And a quick timeout is called by Sidwell. And we're back from a timeout. Sidwell Friends, 41. Arundel Christian Warriors, 28, with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the third quarter. Missed layup of George Perkins. Foul committed by Spencer Tyson of Sidwell. It'll be taken out from the sideline. Sidwell Friends putting the pressure on here in a 2-3 defense. George Perkins commits a foul. The ball will be taken out from the end line. That'll be George's fourth foul. Correction, foul is on number 15, Michael Brown. Quick pass into Kenny Moore for a layup for Arundel Christian. 41-28, Sidwell Friends Quakers. George Perkins found at the elbow where he pulls up, but he's unable to finish. In transition, Arundel Christian slows the ball down. A quick three-pointer from Kenny Moore, but he's unable to finish. George Perkins comes up with the rebound. Cam Gillius tosses it away, trying to find Spencer Tyson on the wing. Chris Russell checks back into the game for Sidwell. Out of bounds on Arundel Christian. Possession awarded to Sidwell Friends. Cam Gillis pulls up from the three-point line. He's unable to finish. Nice post-entry pass into Clarence Treyar for Arundel Christian. Nice finish, big man. (41-32), Sidwell Friends. Arundel Christian's putting the pressure on here in the man-to-man defense. Ryan Cornish comes up big again with a big, deep three-pointer. 44-32, Sidwell Friends. Arundel Christian unable to finish the layup. Quick transition play down the floor. Quick swing of the ball finds Ryan Cornish again on a three-pointer. He's unable to finish, but it's okay. Big cleanup man, Chris Russell, was there, and he gets fouled on his putback layup.
His third, team's first.
He'll go to the line and shoot two. 1 minute and 13 seconds left here in the third quarter. Brandon Jacobs checks back into the game for Sidwell Friends, while Christian Gamble comes out. Clarence Treyar comes out for Arundel Christian, while Kalen Boosie checks in. 46-32, Sidwell Friends. Sidwell Friends putting on the pressure. Number 3, Kenny Moore, finds himself, looks like he has a cramp right in the middle of the play. Sidwell Friends, fast break down the floor. Ball goes out of bounds. A timeout on the floor. We'll be back. And we are back here at the 2019 Quaker Classic here at the Sidwell Friends High School. We're here in the third quarter with 1 minute and 1 second left. Sidwell Friends Quakers has 46. Arundel Christian Warriors 32. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with Sidwell. Sidwell's been dominating this game. Ryan Cornish has come up big with 6 3-pointers. Brandon Jacobs has done a really good job of leading his team as the point guard out here.
Foul number 6, his second, team second.
And George Perkins, number 10, has come up big with 12 points. Little miscommunication there. Ryan Cornish throws the ball away. Arundel Christian on the run down the floor. Taylor Ferrer finds the ball, and he's unable to finish on a free throw line pull-up. Quick move inside, and Brandon Jacobs puts a quick block on Zaire Thomas. Foul is committed on Spencer Tyson. Ball will be taken in from the end line. George Perkins checks back into the game for Chris Russell. George Perkins, another big scorer on this team tonight. 46-32 Sidwell with 28.5 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter. Taylor Ferrier comes up short on the inbound pull-up. Ryan Cornish slows the ball down here with 17 seconds left for Sidwell. 46-32. Ryan with the skip pass over to Cam Gillis, who gets his shot blocked, but gets the rebound and a quick putback floater. And that'll end the third quarter. 48-32, Sidwell friends. And we will see you on the other side. We're back here, the fourth quarter at the 2019 Quaker Classic. DMV Elite TV, bringing you all of the best highlights of high school basketball in the DMV Elite, in the DMV area. Tonight's first matchup here at the Quaker Classic, we have Sidwell Friends and the Arundel Christian Warriors. Sidwell, 48. Arundel Christian, 32. Sidwell standout players tonight. Ryan Cornish. Ryan Cornish, 10th grader. Brandon Jacobs, an 11th grader. George Perkins, sophomore. Have really held this team down here tonight with 48 points. Foul on Ryan Cornish. It'll be Ryan's second foul of the game as we begin the fourth quarter. Free throws complete. 48-35, Sidwell. Bucket complete by Ryan Cornish. 50-35, Sidwell. 6 minutes and 58 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Referees are trying to make sure that the shot clock is right. Arundel Christian Warriors are coached by Derek Daniels. And the Sidwell Friends Quakers are coached by Eric Singletary.
Foul number 11, his second.
A foul is committed. Loose ball foul on the Arundel Christian Warriors. Clarence Trey R. Arundel Christian Warriors putting the pressure on the inbound here, and they were able to turn the ball over, and a quick blocking foul on George Perkins.
Foul number 10, George Perkins, his fourth.
That'll be Mr. Perkins' fourth foul. Arundel Christian Warriors continue to put the pressure on here. Cam Gillis able to break through. Sends the ball up the floor in transition, where he finds Max Farriot, but he was unable to finish a three-pointer. Arundel Christian Warriors with a three-pointer of their own and unable to finish. Ryan Cornish pressured by the ball, but he finds George Perkins. Quick transition of the ball out of bounds on Sidwell. 50-37, Sidwell. Some quick substitutions here. Sidwell Friends come out of the zone. They are now playing a man-to-man. Great defense here by Cam Gillis, but he got called for the foul on Zaire Thomas, who will be going to the line to complete an and one. Ten-point lead here by Sidwell with 5 minutes and 53 seconds left in the second half. Ball out of bounds. Sidwell. Arundel Christian also putting the pressure on. George Perkins found his way to the cup on a cut. He was unable to finish the layup, but was fouled by Clarence Treyar. So he'll be going to the line, and he'll be shooting two. Again, don't forget to make your way out to Sidwell Friends High School for the 2019 Quaker Classic. That will be going on all weekend, December the 6th through the 8th. Christian Gamble checks back into the game for Sidwell Friends. Arundel Christian trying to go on a run here. Taylor Ferret is fouled on his way to the basket. And he's fouled by Chris Gamble. And he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Oh. First free throws complete. Both free throws are good. 50-42. Sidwell. Arundel Christian continuing to put the pressure on here. Ryan Cornish being checked extremely hard by Taylor Everett. Cam Gillis finds Ryan Cornish. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Arundel Christian putting the pressure on here. Ryan Cornish amazingly finds his way to the basket through all of that defense. Timeout call for Sidwell Friends. Arundel Christian, and we'll be back on the other end. And we are back here at the 2019 Quaker Classic. Sidwell Friends 52, Arundel Warriors 42, and a quick steal here by Cam Gillius. George Perkins, Cam Gillius, Ryan Cornish, and Brian Jacobs have come up. Brandon Jacobs have come up really big in this game for Sidwell Friends today. Tough move. Tough, tough, tough. As bodies go flying over his head for Chris Gamble. Chris will go to the line and complete his and one. 53-42, Sidwell friends. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the second half of this game here at the 2019 Quaker Classic. Sidwell friends putting on the pressure. Chris Gamble commits the foul in the middle of the floor. That'll put Arundel Christian on the line. Be a 1-1 or 2 shots. My apologies. They are in the bonus. Ryan Cornish taking his time against this Arundel defense, and he finds George Perkins on the inside, and George is able to finish a layup. 55-42, quick steal by Sidwell. Ryan Cornish pulls up from the three-point line, clearly feels like he was fouled, which he was, but he still completes the three-pointer. 58-42, Sidwell. And we will be back after this full timeout. We are back here, the 2019 Quaker Classic. Ryan Cornish just completed a three-pointer for Sidwell, 58-42, with 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Quick pull-up for Arundel Christian Warriors. They're unable to finish, and George Perkins comes up with the rebound for Sidwell. George Perkins again with an entry pass from Greg Jones, finds his way at the basket, and he is fouled. George Perkins will be going to the line and shooting 2. Three minutes and 12 seconds left here. Don't forget, you can find DMV Elite TV on Twitter and YouTube. You can also find us in any gym across the DMV area, highlighting basketball, girls and boys. Ryan Cornish, quick steal, and a quick Euro and one to the basket. And the referee calls a charge. Ryan Cornish waves off the referee. Says that's bogus, sir. I'm sure he said sir. That'll be Ryan's third foul. Ryan has dominated this game from the tip, along with his fellow teammates. George Perkins, Brandon Jacobs, and Cam Gillius also finds his way inside. for Sidwell, 60-42. Zaire Thomas for Arundel Christian, 44-60 Sidwell. Greg Jones finds his way to the basket, but he gets bumped from behind and loses the ball. A steal for Cam Gillius, and he's fouled by Zaire Thomas. 60-44 with 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the game. Brandon Jacobs checks back into the game for Sidwell. Ali Hakeem Florian checks back into the game for Sidwell. Sidwell putting on the pressure here, forcing Arundel Christian to put up really bad three-pointers. Foul on Spencer Tyson will be his fourth foul here. Alex Wise checks back into the game for Sidwell. And Max Ferriette checks back into the game for Sidwell. Sidwell, full court pressure from Arundel Christian. Quick steal. Talia Ferret with a dunk, 45-60 with 1 minute left in the game. Sidwell. And the whistle blew, but no one's sure what the call is. They're calling an illegal screen on Brandon Jacobs. Possession to Sidwell. The possession to Arundel Christian. 47.9 seconds left with 60-47 Sidwell Friends. Arundel Christian with a quick pull-up from the three-point line, unable to connect. 28.7 seconds on the clock. Arundel Christian putting the pressure on, and they're able to get the steal. Quick lob pass in to Talib, who's unable to finish his dunk. Sidwell Friends slows the ball down with 9 seconds left on the clock. And that'll end our first game here. Sidwell Friends 60, Arundel Christian 47. Stay tuned. We'll be back momentarily.